going on, everybody? Devin here from GameGPT, here back again with another awesome tutorial for you guys. Today we're going to go into V2 of the alpha stage of our game builder. Really excited to walk everyone through it. I'm going to take it step by step for you guys. I'm going to create a game. I'm going to use our new code iteration feature to add a new feature to the game, and then walk through how the asset labeling feature actually works. So we're going to build a game. We're going to edit some features using complete AI, and then I'm going to show you how to swap in and out of the assets to actually get the game looking better visually. So let's get started. We're going to start. We're going to continue without joining Discord. We have a quick prompt here to just show you all of the benefits of GameGPT, and I'm going to start building. First thing you need to do is name your game. I'm thinking some ideas that I usually do. Usually I do like a Subway Surfer game. Usually I do like a Galaga type game. Today I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to do Flappy Bird test. I'm going to log in with Privy. Today I'm connecting my MetaMask. Let me type in my password and connect. Good to go. I am in after I sign this transaction. And I'm in. Here's the dashboard, which we need to update a little bit to have it looking really nice. As you'll notice here, we are in alpha stage, and you need to qualify for alpha by meeting one of two conditions. One, you need to be a dual holder, or you need to have a staked NFT. We are actually, if anyone's watching this, going to be a part of our collaboration campaign where we're partnering with NFT projects and other Web3 IP holders. We're going to completely waive all of these conditions for your community. Your community can actually click a link and join the alpha without having to meet these conditions. So really stoked if you're a part of that community. It's going to be happening here very, very soon. Cool. So I'm going to go to my games. That is step one for getting us started here. I'm going to click New Game, and this is where it all happens. This is the Vibe Code dashboard here. I'm not exactly sure why this code base is here, but we're going to regenerate it anyway, so we don't have to really worry about this being here. I'm going to Control A, delete, and we're going to start our Flappy Bird test. Step one of the game builder is you need to tell it your game idea so it can really get you some really good details. So let's say I like working with Gemini, but we have the option for Claude or Grok. I'm going to say, hi GameGPT. I'd like to create my own rendition of Flappy Bird. I'd like to make it visually unique, perhaps with a futuristic or cyberpunk aesthetic. Make the mechanics for the game similar to Flappy Bird, but use your own creative freedom to spice things up. All right, step one is done. Here's my idea. Let's enhance this prompt. What happens is our AI model is going to take my idea and build a full game plan on what game we're going to build with this. So this usually takes about 1 minute. It's not going to be too long of a generation, but if you're on this video, I'm probably just going to skip right in until the game plan gets uploaded. Alright guys, it looks like we are back. We didn't have to wait too long, but now we have the full game plan called Cyber Glider, a futuristic Flappy Bird reimagining. Okay, I'm liking the language already. Hyper casual, Flappy Bird mechanics, cyberpunk cityscapes, sleek hovering drone navigating through vertical obstacles in an infinitely procedurally generated urban environment. Okay, visual style, I like it. Gameplay mechanics, I like it. Obstacle pattern, I like it. Scoring strength, okay. Special mechanics, boost rings, brief speed bursts, shield that allows one collision. Okay, yeah, these are actually pretty interesting. Just going to go ahead and one-shot this. Guys, if you don't know already, you can actually modify this game plan if you want to add or subtract some of the mechanics that it came up with. I'm just going to go with it, and I'm going to click this Generate Game button, and we are off to the races. You'll see here on the right that code is already starting. So we're here and we are starting. A Flappy Bird game in general is actually pretty easy to do in terms of logically generating. We did add a little bit of power-ups, and we are adding a little bit of different types of visual mechanics, but I don't expect this to take too long. I'll drop in and recut this once it's fully generated. Right now we're on line 80, almost line 90 of the code. We'll see where it ends up after it's fully generated, guys. All right, guys, looks like we just finished up. Let me check how we're doing. It looks like we finished out at about 712 lines. Generation took, if I'm counting correctly, maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So I'm sure people can start piecing it together. As long as you have a pretty good idea of what you want to build as you're getting into the platform, you can have your first rendition of the game out in less than 10 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Cyber Glider, tap to start. Awesome. So a little tough. Um, the jumps, okay, these are the boost ring. Oh, that was the shield I just tried. But overall, the game is definitely built. I like the neon aesthetic. It looks like it definitely has like rain and a couple of other components. It looks like the score that's tracked at the top center is tracked by how many obstacles you move past. Obviously, the images and the assets that were created with this are very, very simple. But I think that's okay, actually. If it was generating super complex type of assets, first, it would take way longer to generate. And second, if the mechanics or the features or the physics of the game was wrong, it would just mean it takes way more time to actually find out that your game needs to go in a different direction. So we've actually built this to be very minimal and almost like a lightweight version of the game that gets printed out first, and then you can add in the assets at a later point. If you see here, we have an assets tab here once the game is generated where our AI scans through your code base and figures out what visual assets there actually are in this game. It looks like this first rendition is very, very simple. Um, this game has a drone, which is the player character that you're moving, that blue triangle. It has a background. It has the barriers, which are like the pinkish things that you're moving in between. It has a boost ring that I think is a purple color that we've seen before, and it has the particles that are acting like rain. Um, all of those can be substituted in, and then more assets can actually be made in our code iteration tool. So let's go ahead and actually walk through how we make the game better. And let me do a little bit of thinking on what we can do to make this game a little more unique. Um, what I'd like to do, and let me kind of just showcase um, the code iteration feature. So what I'm going to say is, I think what I want to do is this. Let me think. Um, I'm going to say the game plays well, but I think there's not enough space in between obstacles. I'm going to ask GameGPT to change the obstacle generation so that there's a little bit more space in between obstacles, and we'll see what it looks like after. So let me show you how to do that. Go to the code section, go to this section, this chat box that we're calling the code iteration feature. Give your notes is probably not the best inlay to add in this box, but we're going to change that What you can do here is tell GameGPT what you want the game to be changed as, whether it's new features, whether it's you want the game to be scaled up in difficulty, scaled down in difficulty, whether you want the UI to change, whether you want the colors to change, whether you want the whole flow to change. You can use the code iteration chat box here to do that. We have this circle, these arrows that are spinning, which is just regen. It's going to regen the whole game again if you want it. And then we have the download button if you want to take that code base and maybe just play in your browser or take it somewhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the game plays great, but the obstacles or barriers spawn too close together. Wow, a lot of spelling mistakes here. Can you make the game have more space in between obstacles? Holy cow. Okay. All right. We have to save first. That's something that is always going to happen. And then I'm going to send this code iteration feature to GameGPT. And we're going to write a new code base. So stay with me, guys. Maybe another 4 or 5 minutes is going to go by where the new code gets genned, and everyone's going to be able to check it out. Be right back. Should be even sooner than 4 or 5 minutes because it's regenning only a slight change in the code. It's not regenning the whole game, obviously. All right, guys. It looks like we are back. We finished pretty much the same code length, so it was a slight preview. Let's see where we're at. Game looks the same. High score is the same, but let's play. And I am seeing a significant change in the gap. So I think the game is working just as intended. And yeah, that is a quick demo of our code iteration feature. From here, basically, you take the skeleton version of your game, so the one that gets printed, the V1 of your game. You constantly add features, improve features, change the UI, and get exactly in terms of the mechanics and the physics of the game that you want using the code iteration feature. And then to close out, what you do is use the asset feature that we have here to basically change the assets inside of the game. So if you have assets, if you're generating assets, or if you're using our collaboration campaign, have assets that you actually already want to put into the game because they are characters or other types of things that we're putting in the game in terms of someone else's universe, all you do is you take a URL of that game asset, paste it right here, and the drone would be replaced with whatever image you paste a URL for, the backgrounds, the particles, the barriers, the boost ring, and if there's any other assets that you add using our code iteration feature, they're going to show up here as well. And that is it. You can have a really awesome playable game just by doing that. There are some final details to get this game into our arcade, which is our mobile app, which is right here on this fourth step, which is the final details. We have an SDK that checks for 4 events that are necessary to be in our mobile app, like the ready event, the game over event, the play again event, and the wager event. I'm actually going to do a separate tutorial to teach everyone how to implement the SDK. And by the way, it's very, very easy. It is so easy, we're probably going to add a one-click install button or a one-click install function for this SDK. But right now it's going to be a little manual, at least until we get to, give us 1 or 2 weeks and then we'll add that install feature. But for now, I'm going to show you guys and record a video on how to do that manually. And that is actually it. That is so far the complete setup for building a game using GameGPT. Let me walk through it everyone again. Step 1, type in your game idea. Step 2, it's going to enhance your prompt and give you a full game plan of what that game is going to look like. You can edit that if you have any things that you would like to amend, revise, or add in. Then press generate game, and you're going to get the first print of the game coming out. You're going to see the code base get written in real time, and then you're going to be able to preview it and change out the assets here. If you have any edits that you want to do inside of the game, all you got to do is type it into the chat box, save and send, and then once it regens again with the new feature, you can add or edit as many features as you want by just continuing that process. Guys, it was awesome to walk through this tutorial with you. I hope I wasn't too long-winded, but I'll chat with you guys again real soon because I'm going to be building dozens, if not hundreds of games with the community now that we're really happy about where the alpha is right now. See you guys.